Pete here with the Small Business Resource Center with your update on the stimulus package, coronavirus, and other information and important news for business people and self-employed. If you're well aware, the House of Representatives is controlled by primarily the Democrats and Nancy Pelosi. The Senate is primarily controlled by the Republicans and their leader, Mitch McConnell. Now, Mitch McConnell says he will agree with whatever President Trump wants, which is important, and they've tried to be flexible. Well, Nancy Pelosi and Mitch have not met or negotiated directly since the last stimulus package, which in my opinion is very bad. I don't know why they can't meet and discuss things. Right now, because the negotiations hadn't been going well, they have had Mark Meadows, excuse me, and Steve Mnuchin is part of the negotiating team with Nancy Pelosi. Nancy said she will not go into recess until they have a stimulus package approved this session. So you got to keep in mind this is part of the reason is because probably the election more than anything else. Because if they don't pass something, they realize that the chances of getting elected are probably going to be pretty bad. Larry Kudlow, another person important with the government, has said that he feels we do not need another stimulus package, and he's citing real estate and stocks, which in general have been going up in most areas. And in real estate in some areas, as much as 12% since January 2020. So the new stimulus package for the Republicans is 1.5 trillion, and there's a 500 billion extension, and that brings it to 2 trillion. And that 5 billion extension would be automatically in play if we need it. So right now, the basic stimulus package for the Democrats is 2.2 trillion, and Nancy Pelosi says they're not being flexible. So you got to keep in mind, if you're looking at just financially and of course, what's the word I want to use? Just in dollars, it's a $200 billion difference in the two packages. Republicans want to give less and then additional money if needed, where Nancy Pelosi and the Democrats want to have a $2 trillion plan, and they want the plan that they have accepted, not necessarily some of the things the Republicans might not be agreeable with. I'm sure you're also aware that Ruth Bader Ginsburg died of cancer September 18th, 2020. A lot of people seem to be very upset about this. She's a Supreme Court justice. Democrats want to wait till after the election to appoint a new Supreme Court justice. Trump said he has the power and the right to appoint a new Supreme Court justice, and he will do so very soon. He also said he wants to appoint another woman to keep the ratio the same as it currently is. Mitt Romney also said he supports the president moving forward to appoint a nominee, which was kind of surprising. In 2016, same Democrats that seem to be opposed to or opposed now to President Trump electing a nominee, basically we're all for Obama electing a nominee. So I don't know what your thoughts are on that right now. Technically, the president's supposed to. So when people are complaining, I don't know if that's valid. Other reasons why stimulus packages should be accepted. Oh, by the way, I'm going to put a link in the petition for the SBA's 4227 $10,000 EIDL bill. I do have a couple videos about it, but this bill is to try to get everyone the EIDL grant and make the EIDL more flexible maybe and easier to obtain. So that's very important. Click the link in the description if you did not sign the petition already. Survey right now says that 74% of hotels are going to be laying off more employees soon if Congress does not make a deal on the Paycheck Protection Program and other stimulus packages. And it says currently 68% of hotels still have their pre-pandemic staff working. Keep in mind, if there's less people, they need less housekeeping. I've actually stayed at a couple hotels, and I noticed None of them have breakfast in the morning. Well, full disclosure, they should be adjusting their price, and also it should not be online saying, you're getting a continental breakfast or there's a breakfast buffet if they're canceling it. You check in, they don't even mention it, and then you wake up in the morning and walk downstairs to see a sign that says, due to coronavirus, there's no breakfast. Sad face. Well, keep in mind that these stimulus packages are necessary for a lot of businesses during this time, and that's why it's important for them to get things done quickly. The Labor and Industry Secretary said that the unemployment office has got a surge of pandemic employment assistance applications, and they're expecting that it's a lot of fraud. They said Friday alone they received 20,000 applications compared to 5,000 daily normally received. But you got to keep in mind there's a lot of problems with the PUA and the UC systems, not just in Pennsylvania, I'm sure. And I think they need to hire more staff or do something because they're not fixing the problems that they currently have. All right, Governor Wolf also basically is in the limelight right now. He basically went to a federal judge and they found out that his orders were unconstitutional to make businesses non-essential and to shut down venues. So every time the popular vote voted to try to overturn his regulations, Governor Wolf vetoed any bill or regulation. So that means the ban on having 25 people or more in indoor venues or 250 on outdoor venues has been dissolved. And well, I don't know. What are your thoughts on that? Comment below. Because you got to keep in mind a lot of the regulations aren't following the CDC guidelines. So when people are complaining and saying Wolf is saving us all, what's wrong with the CDC guidelines if that's what a lot of people are doing? Also, keep in mind if you're not comfortable, if you're high risk, don't go to places where you're not comfortable. Nobody's making you go there. That's just my thought. If somebody drags you in there and something happens, and of course I think you have a lawsuit. But besides that, if nobody's making you do anything, don't do it if you're not comfortable doing it. During the United Nations address, which was yesterday, President Trump said China must be held accountable for the coronavirus. He said China falsely declared the coronavirus was not as contagious as it was and not a threat. They were a large part of the World Health Organization who was providing the news. He also said China is one of the world's largest polluters and they need to stop that. They pollute more than anybody in the world. So Trump said that he's going to withdraw troops from Afghanistan and he's putting America first. He's hoping that in 2021 we have a very prosperous year, an extremely peaceful year. But, you can never tell what's going to happen in the future. So I don't know what your thoughts. Smash the like button, comment below. Let me know your thoughts on anything here. It's Pete with the Small Business Resource Center.com and Small Business Resource Center YouTube channel. Thank you for watching and have a great day.